Hello there, welcome to Tech and Cash. I hope you are doing well. So today I have another review of a 3-player game with my friend Heartseed and G's the Beast here. So you can see my hand here is pretty good, starting with the Franklin's Goal. The Kingbird is a pretty obvious choice for the forest. But this turned out to be a really interesting game that I really want to share with you all because my friend Heartseed ended up building a very interesting and effective engine in the wetland. So kind of go along with the theme of my most recent videos where I've shown you, the best engine in the forest and the grassland, and this is kind of a good engine that my friend ended up building in wetland there. So I thought the Snowy Gray is a pretty good pickup here, 1 food for 4 points, and the first end of round goals is bird in the wetland. But both my opponents here ended up playing birds in the forest in their turn 1, so I ended up missing a free grub from my Kingbird. It was kind of spooky too that both of them did it for the same turn. That was kind of spooky and unfortunate. So they lay eggs here with 1 bird in the forest, so you can kind of expect that they're gonna play a second bird in the forest, and they did. So titmouse for caching, and with the red start to pick up extra food. So G's engine there is pretty good in the forest. So I ended up drawing the raven here. So things are looking pretty good at this point. Have the Franklin's Goal and the raven. And Heartseed play a cuckoo bird here, which is very nice as well. Definitely going to be a very nice counter to my Franklin's Goal and raven. So I really make a mistake here. I decided to draw a card here, but what I should have really done is to pick up the rodent that I need while it's still there. This turn that I spent picking up cards really ended up costing me the game, looking back. I also spent a turn picking up the quill. Look. I roll the dice, no rodent. Still no rodent. Yeah, I really should have just picked up the rodent while it was available. And now I have to pick up food again. And finally I got a rodent. So yeah, really I have to pick up food 3 times to find the rodent that I need. I really should have picked up the rodent there in the very beginning when it was available. And because I spent the egg drawing extra cards, now I have to lay eggs too before I can play more birds in my grassland. So really kind of a slow setup for my grassland engine here. So just really focus on flashing out my grassland here. So I want to play the raven before I play the goal, because when I activate it, it makes sense to activate the goal and then go to the raven to see what food that I need. And look at Heartseed here with the 3 birds in the wetland. So they have a tuck and draw birds and then 2 tuck and lay eggs birds. So in theory, that's a 5 points engine there. With 2 tuck and lay eggs, that's 4 points, and then tuck and draw is another points. So pretty nice. But of course, if they only draw 2 cards and they tuck both, they don't have cards to tuck in the last bird, so they have to spend an egg to get 3 cards. But still, that's a 4 points engine there in the wetland, which is pretty nice. And great thing is they can look through a lot of cards, so that can really help them to find the cards that works for whatever board that they were trying to build there. So Geese has a pretty nice engine too. California quail in the forest to lay eggs, so they don't really need to use their grassland. So I guess it's kind of interesting that we each are kind of going for a different engine here. So I was going for the old school grassland engine, and then Heartseed was building a wetland engine, and then Jizz was kind of going for the forest engine. So definitely looking for big points bird here. I guess the Hermit Thrust is nice because of the star nest. But the 3 food requirement definitely slowed me down a little bit. And now that's the key piece to the wetland engine here, the black crown night heron, which can turn an egg into food. So basically for that wetland engine here, you draw cards, you spend an egg, get a food using the heron, and then you tuck more cards and gain points. So you basically gain food, cards, and points, and eggs, just using the wetlands. So pretty effective engine there. And I decided to pick up the Dick Sizzle here because I have so many low points bird, and one way I can turn all these cards that I just drew into points is to have a tuck and lay eggs bird, and Dick Sizzle was the bird that was available. Yeah, it was also kind of unfortunate that I keep drawing all this low points bird with my engine. And there's more of those. With the grassland that I have, definitely I was hoping to draw birds like the big points wobbler, or birds that give bonus card, like the spotted owl, or any birds ideally that only require 2 food that I can play to make a lot of points. I have 5 cards, that's 4 points or less in my hands right now. Definitely not ideal. And the nice thing about this board is also that's the cuckoo bird that benefit from me laying eggs. So very effective board with the nice wetland engine and the cuckoo bird for free eggs. So I gotta draw more cards here because I'm just not getting the cards I need. The Spoon Bell, I guess, is pretty nice. Big points plus bonus card. But other than that, the rest of the birds were pretty useless. Wetland scientist or pest stream specialist, so probably going for the wetland scientist here. Looking at the black skimmer because that can satisfy both my wetland scientist and my enclosure builder. Yep, more low points bird. That was really unfortunate. Free food. So G's also has a pretty nice board here with the puffin for big points. I have a feeling at this point the game is gonna be very close. Yes, it's also pretty unfortunate that at the end game, I think I was running out of space for eggs as well, because I can lay quite a few with the food and the dig scissor and the quill. I can lay like 6 eggs, but I think I only had 10 spots for eggs. So I just ended up have to spend some eggs drawing cards that I don't need, and I also ended up drawing more useless cards. That was pretty cursed. So last turn, another bonus card for G's, very nice. Here I have 5 spots, but I can lay more than that. So, missing a few points here. I don't even need to spend my food for eggs. Would have been nice for me to actually draw the wobbler and play it, but I ended up having to hunt it and kill it. So look at my hand, I have 5 cards that I did not play, so those are points that was kind of wasted. So Heartseed definitely had a lot of tugs here in that wetland, and they have 2 additional bonus cards. So things were looking pretty good for them. Again, with this wetland engine, it's really effective. They can draw cards, tug cards that were useless to gain eggs, and then use their night heron to gain food that they need. So that was pretty effective. I guess G's here also have a very nice forest engine with 3 eggs, 2 from the woodpecker, 1 from the quill, and then titmouse get a tug. So that that was like a 3-4 points engine in the forest there, and they ended up playing quite a few birds in the wetland that gave them bonus card. So I knew the game was gonna be very close between the three of us. I had the mosaics because I have the grassland engine, and I've got a few tuck, but ended up losing the game by 2 points. So, but very well played by my opponent here, Heartseed, winning the game by 2 points with the wetland engine. Really quite effective. Again, drawing cards, tucking to gain points, and then using Night Heron to gain food. And Night Heron itself is a 9 points bird, so that's very nice. So they also end up playing the Spotted Owl and the Bunting for additional bonus card. And the Cuckoo Birds gain them free eggs. I guess they have a bad bonus card. Otherwise, they could have won this even more handily. So yeah, again, I thought this was an interesting game to share with you all. A very nice wetland engine that ended up beating my Franklin Skull and Raven combo there. Kudos to my friend Heartseed here playing this very nice wetland engine. In any case, that was the game. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And I will see you in the next one.